You know, it's funny. A lot of guys that I've talked to about cheap dating, they go, well, you know, you're like an older guy. How can you tell me about cheap dating? It's very simple. I made all those mistakes. Okay, everybody needs an Uncle Cheap Date, and I just want all the guys out there to know that I'm here for them. I've made all the mistakes. I'm going to make sure they don't make all the mistakes, and I'm officially adopting every single one of you who's watching or listening to my voice right now. You're my official nephews, and in some instances, nieces of Uncle Cheap Date. I'm going to teach you what Uncle Cheap Date knows so you can be a successful cheap date. Hi, I'm Bruce Brown, creator of the Cheap Date System. Now, you might ask yourself, what makes me an expert on cheap dating? Well, I don't know if I'm an expert, but I certainly have had my share of, let's say, unpleasant experiences, spending too much money on dates. A little quick background on me. I'm a licensed private investigator. I've probably been on 1,000 dates easy. You ever have those experiences where you spent too much on a date? Could have been $50, $100, $200. One time I spent $300 on a date and found out later, not only did she have a boyfriend, she just liked the fact I was spending money on her. She had no interest whatsoever. That kind of stuff, I hope that'll never happen to you. Reason why I am talking to you is because I have made all the mistakes. I don't want you to make any of the mistakes I've made. So that's one of the reasons why I created the Cheap Date System. It's based upon a book that I did a few years back. I've now updated it. Now it's a digital system for inexpensive dating. Make sure you go to cheapdatesystem.com and sign up for my free newsletter. And let's see if we can't save you some money and some heartache. The money you have for dating, most of it should remain in your wallet. Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I hear people all the time, oh, I pay my bills online, I do this, I do that. The more things you do that keep you out of the public, in other words, the more things you do that keep you from actually interacting and meeting women, the women you want to meet or the girls you want to meet, that you're just doing yourself a disservice. You'd be surprised who's in line at a utility company paying their bill. You'd be surprised who's in line, checking out books at the library, who's maybe using the computers or whatever the case may be. When you are in that sort of situation, you never know. I mean, women who are as attractive as supermodels, even more attractive, and certainly with better attitudes frequently, are in all these sorts of situations. One of my favorite things to do is taking a chance to volunteer for organizations that might need your help, but picking very carefully. For example, if you want to meet usually women by the fists full, and a lot of the time very attractive women, volunteer for any kind of animal shelter or animal welfare thing. It's an incredible. You frequently have like 3 to 1, maybe 4 to 1 women to men. It's amazing. And the men are often gay, so that gives you an edge as well. So it's really great, oh, look at the kitties, look at the doggies, look at the puppies, oh, let's help find them homes, whatever. I'm telling you, this is like the perfect crumb. So this is the sort of thing. You try and find those organizations by going online or even talking to a reference librarian in the neighborhood, and they will actually look up for you what kind of organizations, nonprofits exist in that kind of realm. But it can be any kind of thing that you're interested in or where you think women are going to be interested in. We're out of time. I just want to say thanks for watching. I'm Bruce Brown, creator of the Cheap Date System. And I want to remind you, if you haven't already signed up for my free newsletter, okay, my free Cheap Date newsletter, go to cheapdatesystem.com and do that. Also, it'll allow you to access some interesting articles on cheap dating. So you can look at those. And you can find out more about the Cheap Date System, which, as a friend of mine says, is a lot cheaper than most guys spent on their last 2 dates that didn't even get them a kiss goodnight at the door. So, thanks for watching. Looking forward to seeing you next time. And whatever you do, make sure you have fun, but make sure you're cheap dating.